Sleepers Podcast, Riley Friday, June 13th. The trio is back. The Father, the Son, the Holy Riley. Riley, how you doing?
I'm doing great, fellas. It's been one of those mornings where I feel like everything is going my way. I woke up, got my dog and son out for a walk. Then my wife took them to swim lessons, and I planned topics for today's show and mowed the lawn, knocked out mowing the lawn and weed eating in 40 minutes. Took a shower, read my Bible, hopped on here. Cannot be stopped today.
I mean, the read my Bible flex was honestly unnecessary, but you are different this morning. Cart, how are you?
I was fine, but now I'm just terrified of Riley. That's an insane amount to fit in.
Are y'all lawnmower guys?
That's so sometimes you get disrespectful. What's that like? What do you mean by that?
Like, do you enjoy throwing the AirPods in and mowing the lawn?
Yes, I do.
It is something that in my adult life I have grown to really enjoy.
Cart does not. He's lying.
I'm not. No, I do enjoy doing it, but unfortunately, my wife actually enjoys doing it more. She like legit enjoys.
Oh, you let your wife mow the lawn?
What brings your wife joy?
Not mowing the lawn.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what brings her joy?
Reading a book in bed in her jammies.
Okay, so if you try to tell your wife, you know what, no jammies, no book in bed, would you be a bad husband?
That's a ridiculous assertion from you. I have so many scrambling thoughts in response to this. Number one, Cart, you're a run from the grind guy. Mowing the lawn is a grind. Running from the grind would be not mowing the lawn or letting your wife mow the lawn. So I want to make that extremely clear.
I like mowing the lawn because I like just throwing in my music or something or a podcast and doing it. But legit, Meg loves mowing the lawn. She loves it.
All right. Well, I guess I have to take that for your word. I don't mow my lawn anymore. And fellas, it's the best. It's the best to not mow my lawn.
Gee, do you have some
big flex? I live on a golf course and I have to mow my lawn. And
I'm the Dusty May of lawns. I'll pay for you to do that. Ooh. You got a good lawn guy, Cart? I'll buy him from you.
I'll do your lawn.
I will never pay you to. I've honestly, respectfully, I've seen your lawn.
Wow, that's something to be said. All right.
I'm just kidding. Not kidding, but I'm kind of kidding.
It's all.
Are we going to talk about the fact that both of you are parents with toddlers taking swim lessons?
Oh, Leon's in some swim lessons too?
Yeah, he is. I'm going to save it for my one big thing.
Okay. Ours have been going well. Theo's very into like sitting on the edge of the pool. They do this thing in the swim lessons where they sing Humpty Dumpty and he falls right on me and like jumps in the pool. That's his favorite part. He also, in the corner of the pool where we do the swim lessons, there is like a pool basketball hoop. And for half the swim lesson, he just stares at the basket and goes, I shoot. Like he just wants to go over there and shoot. So we may have a hooper on our hands, but at the same time, I'm like, I love this passion, but you got to lock in for these swim lessons. We paid for these and we're going to get the most out of them. We're not going over there to shoot right now.
Respect.
I love these. Am I a bad parent for not having Murph in swim lessons yet?
No,
she's the oldest of the bunch, and I feel like I'm dragging behind here while you guys get your kids doing breaststrokes.
There's a 3-year-old in Theo's swim lessons, so you still got another year. So you could do it like next summer. Yeah.
I will say this though, y'all spend a lot of time at the pool, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's time.
Well, honestly, maybe to take your logic with mowing the lawn, why are you hiring someone to teach your kid how to swim? Why aren't you just in the water yourself going through the trenches?
Like I said, ruining my one big thing, I'll get to it.
All right, understood. Should we get to the show, Cart? Do you want to give us a YouTube comment today?
I would love to give us a YouTube comment of the day. Shout out to the YouTube community for always commenting. Even when no one sees it, you still come through every single day. Let's go with Duncan King, who commented on Ralph and I's rule change episode and said, please keep college basketball. If you want to watch the NBA, then go watch the NBA. This is dumb AF. and someone commented, replying to that saying, "Amen." All we said was we want quarters and defensive 3 seconds and advance the ball on timeouts and FIBA goaltending rules, and everyone thinks we're just trying to change the whole game. What's up with that?
Any thoughts, Riley?
The rule change dialogue just does not move me whatsoever. I'm going to keep watching. I would probably prefer for it to stay halves just because it's what I've always known. At the same time, some of this other stuff, I'm like, oh, cool. I probably won't even notice it half the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not a change. You're not a change guy. I've kind of Riley. How many like Yelp reviews have you left in your life?
I actually don't know if I have ever left one.
Really? That's okay. That's shocking to me.
I dealt with a very dishonest tire place when I lived in Knoxville, Tennessee, and they hid behind the like they had a cross on their logo with a Bible verse and just expected people to like overlook the fact that they were very dishonest in their business because they had a Bible verse on their logo. Knoxville Discount Tire Co. Do not go there.
They tried to get it past you, Riley. That didn't happen.
Yes,
Not on
made
your
me
not
so
on your
angry.
watch.
Not on my watch, no.
Should
But if I
should
ever left a review, it would be for them.
should we launch? Should we be the first podcast to have an anti-sponsor, where for 60 seconds every episode, we basically diss a business that we're not brought to you by?
I'd be down for that for sure.
Okay, Riley, let's go ahead with the first ever Sleepers anti-sponsorship.
So yeah, Knoxville Discount Tire Co. I don't even know if it exists anymore. Hopefully it's gone out of business. I went there twice and they kept ripping me off and they would say like cuz you could buy a used tire there, which maybe that's my fault for buying a used tire and trying to take the easy way out, but it exists for a reason. Like people buy them. Two times I bought a bad tire from them. Both times they try to tell me I ran over some metal. And this was in like a month-long stretch. And I was like, there's no way that I ran over metal twice. And I made them give me like fix my tire for free. I negotiated that. I was proud of it, but they never came clean and said they lied. So do not go there. Hopefully we have some Tennessee fans listening. We're big into SEC hoops. Y'all are on top of the world right now. But for those of you when you're making your trip to go see Zakai Ziegler try to get a 6 year of eligibility in Thompson Boling Arena, don't go to Knoxville Discount Tire.
Mm. Wow. Today's episode not brought to you by Knoxville Discount Tire. Card to the Discord comments.
Please join the Discord for $9.99 a month. The link is in the description of our Twitter bio. If you do so, make sure you do it on your desktop, because if you don't do it on your desktop, then you get hit with a bunch of fees, and we don't want y'all to get hit by the fees. We start today with the Pat Signal, who says, "Who are your favorite announcers of all time? Mine are Dickie V. Cart, can you say, 'Are you serious?' in the Dickie V voice? Are you serious? Bill Rafferty and Gus Johnson. Also, I mute my TV every time Corey Alexander is on the call. I hate that guy."
I feel like it's such a random hate one.
I'm starting to realize that no one rocks with Corey Alexander because of some circles I'm in. Riley.
Yeah. ACC fans like at large are very out on the Corey Alexander experience. It's pretty miserable. It's a sign of honor when he calls your games because he calls the best team. He like always gets the best ACC games. When UNC won the league by multiple games and was a 1 seed, he was on pretty much every ACC game. He was on almost every Duke game this past year, but it's just not a pleasant experience.
Kind of a moment of weakness.
Yeah.
I don't know who Corey Alexander is.
That's surprising. You're pretty locked into like announcers.
Don't recognize him. Couldn't spot him from a bunch. No idea.
That's crazy. He was on so many Duke games last year.
I don't know. I'm not a huge listen to games with volume guy, but I don't know.
Interesting.
I mean, I like the normal. Like, obviously, I'm Big Ten centric, so like, give me Hummel, give me Benetti. Like, I like those guys a lot. Yeah, just I don't know. Another thing while we're on this topic, way too much stock put into announcers. Like announcers haven't ruined the game for me since Dan Dockish days. Those days were unbearable. Outside of that, like they're just kind of there.
I like that shout. Yeah, Hummel Benetti would be my two answers. Also, obligatory shout to former colleagues of ours: Randolph Childress, Terrence Oglesby, John Fanta, Matt McCall. I enjoy anytime those guys pop up.
Always rock with those guys. Bryce R. Jones, can you make a team of incoming transfers to the Big Ten versus returning players? Who wins?
Incoming versus returning?
Yeah.
Sounds like a potential topic for tomorrow, Cart.
Can we save it then?
Yeah, let's say. Although you're not on, but I'll do that with Dion tomorrow.
That's fine. You can take it from me. Pause. T Steffi. Hey guys, I'll be on a 12-hour road trip by the time y'all read this. My wife thinks it's crazy that I only stop at certain gas stations if it's an option. For example, I will always stop at the greatest of all gas stations, Bucky's, if it's an option, or will pick an exit that has a higher rated travel stops like Love's or Quick Trip. While
Hmm.
she would just go to whichever gas station there is when she needs it. Am I married to a psychopath or am I the psychopath?
I can take this one. I'm Team T Steffi here. Probably not much of a surprise. I feel like this is on brand for me. I love QT. Quick Trip is great. They have like a whole coffee bar in there where they have like nitro cold brew on tap. Sheets cold brew also 10 out of 10 for me. Love Bucky's food. They legitimately have great barbecue. It's like a 45-minute to an hour long detour just getting off the interstate to go there.
Mm. I'm a big nice gas station guy. Like a Johnny's is one we have in Michigan. We're actually getting a Sheets in Michigan. I think the first one down the street from me.
Sheets is awesome. Love
Yeah.
Sheets.
I'd rather just go to like a nice gas station where it could be like a one-stop shop too. You know what I'm saying? You can get a couple of different options, do a couple things. I don't like going to sketchy gas stations.
Hmm.
You feel the same, Greg?
I don't have anything to add.
You're married to a psychopath, T. Steffi. I will say that. Matchups are set for the 2025 ACC SEC Challenge. My guess is the SEC goes 12-4, perhaps. What's your guess? Maybe you should stay tuned to the rest of the episode. Aren't you? And ain't that right, Riley?
Yeah, that will be a topic.
Thank you. Malik Perry, happy Riley Friday. It's time to celebrate once again with UNC getting a good head football coach. If Hubert Davis is fired or let go, what NBA coach would you like to take over for him?
They
An
got a good
NBA.
head football coach?
I didn't know that, but what NBA?
Okay, we're really about to we're gonna discount Belichick's entire resume here.
I
I,
am.
I mean, the current version of Bill Belichick is basically Mike Woodson.
We'll see. We'll see. Just don't be surprised.
What do you love about his approach thus far?
I don't know, man. He's brought in a lot of guys with like high recruiting pedigree who are basically breakout candidates. It's like
Okay.
just go recruit the dudes who didn't work out at SEC schools who were high four stars once upon a time and hope that like some of them pan out. From a macro level, I like that he's getting paid $10 million because it represents UNC athletics going all in. I think you see that with the basketball team payroll as well, which I think theoretically should elevate the basketball program as well at some point. As far as an NBA coach going to UNC, I don't know. Are there any that stick out to you? I mean, it's like Joe Mazzulla doing like his psychopathic stare in the Dean Dome would be pretty fun.
I still feel like Quinn Snyder would be a great college coach, and you'd be stealing him from Duke.
Yeah,
And
that'd be fun.
good in baby blue. Yeah, that'd be my choice. Let's see. Malik Perry wants to. Oh, sorry, not Malik Perry. War Chant. Happy Rally Friday. Tough trip to Rupp Arena, but really think it's nothing to lose game for Carolina. I think Greg and Carter should go to Rupp to support Riley. Carter can wear some Louisville merch to support the cause in Rupp. Would you be scared to wear Louisville merch in Rupp? I would not.
Nor would I.
I
Yeah.
would. I wouldn't wear it,
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't wear it like because there's no reason for me to wear it. But would I be scared? Absolutely not.
yeah, I don't. Scared's not the right word, but I'm smart enough to not do that.
Yeah, that great way to put it, Gregory. Malik Perry, with Illinois and Purdue fans feeling themselves, is the stakes higher for these two basketball programs to get over their humps?
I feel like the stakes for Purdue to get over the humps pretty high here. You want to at least get back to the Final Four.
Yeah, and TKR says they're the best team in the country. So
Yeah, I don't know if the stakes are that high for Illinois. Maybe just like Brad in general. Like if this whole Balkan thing doesn't work out, like I feel like he's gonna have to answer for a lot of things. Um, have to thank Riley for being on the last two MSU videos. Like hearing his input. Look at you getting the Big Ten, Michigan State. Everyone gets Michigan State video love
that's
except for me. It's crazy.
Malik. I swear he's doing a bit without intentionally doing a bit, but he just loves everyone else that does MSU and then shits on you when you do it, Car. It's great.
Maybe it is actually no. Malik is no bits. He's actually unapologetically himself. I Maynard, happy Rally Fridays. You guys see the appeal the women's athletes filed on the House versus NCAA settlement? How are we feeling about this getting blown up so a cross country runner at Vanderbilt can get paid?
I didn't see this.
I didn't see it either.
I think I've just realized that when it comes like the house settlement is like right up there with rule changes for things that just aren't really doing anything for me. So I missed it as well.
All right, there you go. Malik Perry, NIL is changing the sport. There should be some limits. You transfer twice, sit out a year, 2-year deals, no matter what. It's looking like the Wild Wild West now.
Do you guys want limits with transfers at all?
No,
Not really.
I
no.
wouldn't hate if they added a rule that you get one, like you get one free transfer. Everybody gets one, but once you do one, you have to sit out a year if you do a second. I wouldn't hate that.
I wouldn't hate that either. I don't know. The whole thing with like personally right now, I'm glad like my team got out of Cade Tyson for another year, you know? Like it's things like that where no one talks about where you might want to get rid of the guys who you thought were good from like a fan perspective. That's the one thing where I'm like sometimes it is mutually beneficial for people to transfer multiple times. It does like doing 4 schools in 4 years does seem a little insane to me, but so maybe like 2 free transfers before you got to sit out.
Yeah. I'd rather see North Carolina get punished for that and Michigan State get punished when Divine Ugachukwu stinks.
There we go. Now we have a Malik Perry flurry taking over here, so let's go ahead and lock in. College basketball, he also says end of flurry and then has another, and then says the flurry continues.
It's a blizzard cart. It's a blizzard.
It's,
Sometimes a flurry, then a blizzard.
it's the day after tomorrow here. College basketball is changing the rules. Hopefully, not too many changes, though. I think there's a couple more changes to come. Don't talk about the NBA much, but the Knicks having a hard time replacing the coach isn't a surprise. What sports team has the most pressure for coaches?
That's a good question.
What sports?
This is a
Like,
good question.
I mean, the way the NBA just cycles through coaches that are successful makes it feel tough. Honestly, cop out here, soccer coaches, managers that's a tough being there.
I think it's Kentucky basketball.
Hmm.
Like that's the hardest job.
If they ran a top 5 coach in the sport out of town after he won them a national championship and made multiple Final Fours, like that's yeah, that's got to be it. The moment Mark Pope like misses the tournament, imagine what they'll do.
Kind of crazy. Uh, Malik, I'm a man of my word, so I won't mention her name. How does she win the BET Sportswoman of the Year? Every other person is way better at sports. She's a plant. I'm convinced now. I'll step in here, fellas, given the topic, and award show. But yeah, quite simply here, given the criteria for Sportswoman of the Year, just feels a little bit kind of off that someone like, I don't know, like a Simone Biles or someone that did so much and accomplished so much in her field, was not able to win that award, over Set Woman.
Who
Um,
won it?
Angel Reese.
She won Sportswoman of the Year
Yeah,
at
for the
what award show?
BT.
Okay.
Yeah. For the third year in a row, I believe, too, if I'm not mistaken. Um, let's see here.
What is that award for?
She's the BET Sportswoman of the Year.
That doesn't mean like athlete of the year, right?
I assumed it meant Athlete of the Year, but I don't know.
Like, is there a different award for the best female athlete?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Interesting.
I mean, the other people on the list were like, I think Clarissa Shields. I think Simone Biles is on the list.
Like, if it's just like an icon award, I actually support this. But
Yeah,
like,
but I don't know if it is or not. I assumed it's not, but if it is, then yeah, it makes sense. Um,
fascinating.
Malik Perry, you know I have to say none of my goats have disappointed me. Some gun charges, but not I frown upon. Carter, did that gun story happen, or did they just had a gun to scare you? That story happened, Malik. You can get confirmation from Zach Hirth on that one. He can back me up on that. Also, Josh Wisbang, if you know him, he can confirm as well. Riley, would you ever coach? If so, what level in sport?
I would like to coach middle school football.
Why? Because they couldn't question you on your glory days in the check?
That's part of it, but also it'd be like way less pressure than doing high school football. People actually care about high school football. Middle school people are just learning.
Hey, you never watched Little Tykes. Do you guys know how to play spades or dominoes? End of the morning flurry.
I know how to play both. Yes.
I don't know how to play dominoes. I can't play spades.
I don't know how to play either.
You know how to play Monopoly, Riley?
Can we move on?
Sure. Fam, only fam. Happy Plus Friday. Y'all know how we rock. Any exciting U.S. Open predictions? Will the winning score be over or under par?
I mean, based on how the first round is going, as I watch this right now, it's definitely going to be under because JJ Spawn's 4 under through 14. They told me this is the hardest golf course in human history, and JJ Spawn is lighting it on fire right now. U.S. Open's got to show me something.
Yeah, I'm challenging Oakmont to start doing the Oakmont thing. I had to watch 2 weeks of people hitting out of the rough saying it's going to be hard. And once again, I'm watching JJ Spawn be the first round leader. Riley, would you like to fill your Scotty Scheffler quota?
Yeah, I love Scheffler. Always going to be my favorite to win. Long shot here, Colin Morikawa. The way this guy has just been swinging his irons recently, inspiring stuff out there.
It's a good bit, man. It's a really good bit.
Oh, all hail the Pope. Riley, UNC is finally going back to Rupp Arena. First time since 2005. The spread will be Kentucky minus 12 and a half. Will you all cover the spread?
I don't know if it'll be that high. I would say it probably ends up being like Kentucky minus 7.5. And no, UNC probably does not cover it.
Come on, man. Respect your team. Greg and Riley, if y'all could have dinner with one former athlete, dead or alive, who are you picking?
Braun.
Really?
Yeah, it's Braun for me.
Why?
He's just been my favorite athlete for like as long as I can remember. If not him, I'd probably pick Brady. I know that's not very fun because it's like the two goats, but Brady also won my team a Super Bowl, so I feel like I have an excuse there.
It's a good one.
If
I'm trying to think of a fun answer because Kobe was my first thought, but I don't think Kobe would be that fun of a dinner guest, honestly. Um,
I got a good one for dead, Bill Walton.
that's a good one. But I think he would be one where I like pull my wife in the other room and I'm just like, we got to get this dude out of here. This is not going well. Um, Matt Stafford, I feel like would be a guaranteed good time. Although Cart hates that answer right now, but like I feel like I'd love to have a patio day with Stafford in the backyard. And I would also throw out that my final answer is Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah, good Vamos call there.
Yeah. Like you give me one day with Carlos full 24 hours, like it ends with me on the Blackstone making some like Spanish dish that he's teaching me about, and we love each other.
What's your go-to Spanish dish,
I
Greg?
don't like a torta.
That's a torta?
A torta, yeah.
My brother, do you know what a torta is?
Yeah.
Gee, I think you need a little bit of help here.
I don't think a torta is a food.
Yeah.
You know, the Spanish love this food called a Spanish tortilla. What it's actually like an omelet with egg and potatoes. Very simple ingredients, tough to execute. And if you could pull that off on the Blackstone, I think
Yeah.
Alcaraz would really respect you.
Fellas, don't out Spanish food me. A torta is a cake or pie from South America. It's a flatbread based dish that I
What continent is Spain located in, G?
not South America.
Yeah, it's very, very true. Also, just to throw this out there, given current events and everything that is going
Wait,
on.
wait, 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 wait. Wikipedia entry: cakes, Latin America and Spain.
Okay. But here's where I'm coming from on this one, G. As someone that's on, TikTok and things like that, uh, Torta has lost the plot. It ain't food. Okay. Uh, let's see. Sleeve Nash. Finish the sentence. Tahad Pettiford is a top blank PG next season.
Three.
3. Ah.
Huh. Wait a minute. I got out twin skied. Gosh darn it. He's a top seven PG in the sport. All hail the Pope. For Kentucky to win a championship next year, who will need to be the 8-man rotation?
Can we skip this?
Seriously, come on.
All hail the Pope. All the SEC and ACC challenge. I think it'll be a result as last year one ACC win. Can y'all go through and say what teams will win and lose? We will on a segment later in this show. That does it for the Discord comments. Gregory, not to dox your middle name, Waddell, please tell us who we are sponsored by.
We're brought to you by NBA 2K Lab, NBA2KLab.com. They've got some very, very fun mini games. If you're a sports fan like us, you will enjoy spending your time in NBA2KLab.com. College Football 26 coming out soon. They're going to have a lot of content around that, help you get the best team builds, best playbooks, etc. They've got great stuff for NBA 2K as is. Go check them out, NBA2KLab.com. Also, Carter, shout out to you because I feel like for months I criticized you for not reading all the comments. And you read all the comments now, my friend, and I appreciated that today. Riley, topic one today, but I would be remiss to not mention you are allowed to give us a word from the man upstairs if you'd like.
A word from the man up. We gotta move. We gotta move on. I got some topics to get to. I love the Lord. I'll share something on my Twitter later. But topic number one, we are going to be doing blind shot charts for transfers, and I will be sharing my screen. We will have a little guessing game where you look at these two shot charts. You don't know who they're from. I will give you their general profile slash archetype. Someone in the comments called us out for using archetype, so I'm going to keep using archetype. And we're going to have you pick which one you like better. Then there will be a grand reveal for who these two transfers are.
Question before we do this, did you get like devious with this? Like, are you trying to like bait us into picking some questionable guys?
No, they're all like mostly good players. There are some players that I would say I think we have four different comparisons, and I think all eight players represented, at least one of us like really likes this player. That was kind of part of the bit of it. So yeah, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get into it.
Love it. Let's do it.
Let's see. Da, 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 da.
Go best friend.
That's a little topic that came to me in my dreams last night that I like to call Riley's blind shot charts with bluff.
So yeah, as you see the nice little logo there, blind shot charts with bluffs. The first one we are going to look at, we have two bucket getting off ball guards. One of them is a surefire starter on a top 10 team, and the other is a surefire starter for a dark horse top 25 team. So as you can see, on the left, we have someone who is a true sniper, made 99 threes on the season, very efficiently. You see all that red. Not really a threat to get to the rim. Can do a little bit of damage in the mid-range, but as a whole, more threes than twos on the year. Now, the one on the right, we see a little bit more versatility. They got the three-point making ability, 39%, 69 makes, but can do a lot more in the mid-range to where I would say maybe, yeah, you could take what conclusion you want from that. The right might be more of like a true bucket getter, but yeah. So which one are you taking between the two?
I'm like afraid to play this.
Yeah, well, can I just one thing? How come you didn't use black over the players' faces? Because I feel like I can see them.
Yeah, because you can't. I'm banking on you not recognizing them anyway. And as I was messing around in Canva, I kind of like the smoky gray over the players'
Okay, yeah, okay, it's kind of fun because I can't for sure tell, but I feel like I can maybe do an educated guess given on who that is. I mean, for me, the player I'm taking is the player on the left.
Yeah, no question asked for me. He only takes good shots. He doesn't force mid range. I think the guy on the right is actually kind of sneaky bad at the rim for a guy that goes to the rim that much. And yeah, he's more efficient from everywhere. And you say he's on a top 15 team.
Well, you don't know which one is on the top 15 team.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm taking left.
Okay.
Carter, do you have a guess for which either of these two are?
Is the right player LeBaron Philon?
No, they're all transfers.
Oh, they're all transfers.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Rob Wright?
Cart, any guesses?
Ooh.
Bennett Sturts?
I don't know. Who is it?
Ryan Conwell was on the left. Malik Thomas was on the right.
Oh, okay. I should have got Conwell.
Now I love this game. I feel emboldened by it.
So yeah, both of you, I think you made the right decisions based on like what we consensusly would say, what we as I guess a consensus would say we like better with Conwell. So
next guy is gonna kill me because I'm gonna choose all the guys that aren't my guy. Like I'm a Malik Thomas guy, and I'm looking at him like, oh, I hate Malik. Look at that shot chart; it's so ugly. But I'm a Malik Thomas guy. This exercise is gonna kill me. Who's next?
the next one, actually both similar archetypes here. They are point forward types for projected top 15 teams. Both of them slot into starting lineups.
Ooh, point forward types.
or
Good Lord,
point king, whatever you want to call it.
that dude at the right is garbage at the rim.
Hmm.
Yeah, I struggle with this because I feel like I'm just gonna take the guy with better efficiency every time. Like, why would we not take the 58% from twos, 42% from threes guy? Just because he shoots less threes, maybe?
Well, maybe when we actually see the player, though, they start doing other things. You're like, maybe I would take that guy because he does some other things.
I mean, the 3-point volume is low for guy on the left here,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
I think the 3 point, at least I will say, Cart, your your reaction to the guy on the right with the Garbanzo percentages at the rim was eye-opening for me because I really like this player. The guy on the left, G, to your point, similar realization, a player who I like, but the low 3 point volume is definitely concerning. But G, are you still going with the guy on the left?
I think I have to take guy on the left. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cart?
yeah, I think I'm taking guy on the left. And is the guy on the left Lawan Watts?
Great job. That is Lawan Watts. Do you know who the guy on the right is?
It's
And the
not
guy on the
Yaxel,
right
is
is
it?
wait, is the guy on the right Xavier Lee?
He's not Xavion Lee. He is Keyshawn Hall.
Okay.
That adds up. Good
This
Lord,
really
I'm
this really
bad.
bummed me out.
My gosh.
I know. I was like my big guard Keyshawn Hall is just absolute cheeks when it in terms of getting inside the paint and actually scoring. But
That's
I think he shoots a lot of free throws, so he's got some redeeming
he
quality.
does get to the free throw line a
I'm
lot.
2 for 2 on picking the players I like more, so this has been a good start. But also, I want this known that number for Lawan Watts' 3-point volume should terrify you as a Texas Tech defender, Cart.
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, it does. Also, you're a Lawan Watts guy.
I like Watts, but like if Lawan Watts is only shooting two threes a game, this team's gonna stink.
True. Okay.
Next one, again, we have another similar archetype. We have two up transfers who are both versatile foremen. One of them plays for a team that is looking like a shoe-in to be a top 25 unit. The other one is a dark horse.
So that other guy, 100, the guy on the right, 108 threes, 60% at the rim too.
Yeah, he shot more threes. He was way more efficient at the rim. He didn't force mid range. I think we have to take the guy on the right, but before you reveal, I think the guy on the left might be Yaxel. Might be wrong though.
The guy on the left is Yak, so the guy on the right is Darion Williams.
Good guesses, noble guesses. Both were wrong. Guy on the left is Blake Harper. Guy on the right is Alvaro Fulgueras.
Oh no, I don't like this exercise anymore.
I'm
I,
unmoved by this.
I
Yeah,
was a
I'm an Alvaro guy, so I like that.
yeah, I like it. It made me feel better about Alvaro, but it did kind of bum me out a little bit about Blake Harper, just how many tough shots he took.
Yeah, whatever.
Maybe Creighton's
Last,
not a top six team in the sport card. Crazy.
Yeah,
also, they did my guy Blake wrong on CBB Analytics. He doesn't even get a headshot. He just gets the Howard logo.
that is.
I'm sorry I did not use Yaxel for this G. That would have been smart on my part to throw that in there. Maybe that'll be another time. But this last one we have two projected starting point guards. One will be playing for a surefire top five team, and the other is a fringe top 25 team.
So the guy, I'm taking the guy on the right, like 1,000%, obviously.
He
Uh,
doesn't really get to the rim though, right? All his shots are threes.
Hmm. But when he gets to the rim, it's pretty good.
yeah, he's pretty good at the rim, though.
Yeah.
All
I
that
mean,
blue on, yeah, all the blue on the
hard to be
left.
mad. Hard to be mad at that many threes when you make 45%.
Yeah, man, that's so much blue at the rim and the left corner. He's just terrible in the left corner. Um,
I guess we got to take the guy on the right, but I want this on record. I don't think I'm going to love guy on the right anyway. I think this is Kai and Evans, and all he can do is shoot threes.
You're right.
guy on the
The
right
guy,
is Ryan Evans, and the guy on the left is
Rob
uh,
Wright.
Rob Wright.
not Rob Wright. You get one more guess at who the guy on the left is.
Guy on
Point,
the guy,
point guard for a top five team.
Demery.
Silas Dimmery and Kyan Evans. Those are those two. That was really good on your part, G, realizing that even though the guy on the right's super efficient, that you weren't going to love him. That was great sniffing it out when there was going to be a little bit of tomfoolery thrown in there on my part.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like I was onto your tricks once you showed me Alvaro Fulgaris. I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Still, still in awe, not onto any tricks.
That was fun, Riley. Thank you for putting that together.
Topic number 2, we are going to talk through the ACC SEC challenge, and we will rank them by 4 tiers: must watch, lock in during crunch time, background noise, and this one's for you, Carter. Turn this TV off. Turn this TV off.
I don't know why I put up with this like willingly sometimes.
So yeah, do you want me just to go through full disclosure? We might get halfway through this list and be like, some of these matchups stink. Just throw them in the TV off section. But I will start for us with the Rothstein tweet, and we're gonna go through these games together. How's that sound?
Let's do it.
All right. Sorry, I should have pulled this up beforehand. Bad listen on my part. However, I will kick us off with Duke hosting the Gator Boys.
Must watch.
Must watch for me.
What was the top tier?
Must watch. Second tier is lock in for crunch time.
Yeah, must watch.
UNC at Kentucky.
Must watch.
Must watch for me. How about you, G?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Virginia at Texas.
Is there anything between must watch and lock in for crunch time?
No, but we can create a new tier if you so please. Do you have a fun, pithy name for it, Carter?
I'll get to it when I get to it.
I like that. Okay.
Like I'm not making sure I clear my schedule to get to tip off, but like I'll be there by the second media timeout.
That's a good one. I feel like that's perfect for Virginia and Virginia at Texas.
It'll still be 12-12.
NC State at Auburn. That's an I'll get to it when I get to it game for me, for
No,
sure.
that's must watch because the logo general versus Auburn Psychos will be funny.
Oh, okay. I like that shout.
Does Auburn still have psychos?
They have Pettiford. Actually, they did lose their because Keyshawn Hall's a psycho.
I don't think they have psychos anymore.
Then probably like I'll get their media timeout game for me.
The hard part for me is that I think pretty much any college basketball game between two high majors is must watch for me. But I like Auburn NC State, I'm not excited for, but I'm putting it in must watch.
How about Clemson at Bama?
Clemson at Bama.
Like, there's not much juice in that for me, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Gosh, for me, this is like a lock in during crunch time. This is a watch the show with my wife, and then whenever a show's over, like see what's going on in Clemson, Alabama.
I'm putting this in lock in for crunch time, but also let it be known I'm a sicko, so I'm definitely like watching all these. I don't want people to throw it in there, but like for the sake of this exercise, that is lock in at crunch time territory for me. Clemson doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry.
Louisville at Arkansas.
Must watch.
Yeah, must watch for me too.
Yeah, agreed.
Oklahoma at Wake.
I'm a Sooner this year, so I'll lock in for crunch time.
I think I'll go with that. Yeah, I think Xavier Brown is enough to get them in lock in for crunch time. But how about you, G?
Only watch if I'm betting it. That's a new category for me, and that's that one.
SMU at Vandy. 9-1 Vanderbilt.
No, only watching if player props are available.
Hand up, I have never and likely will never watch an SMU basketball game.
That's good for you. That's honestly very, very good of you. I
think that's a good rule of thumb to live by. For me, maybe background noise, but even that's a stretch. SMU's jerseys are really nice.
Just so you're watching it.
I can picture their court. Like I know what the court, but every time they're on, I'm like, I got better things to do. I don't know why.
I understand, but for me, part of the reason why with like Clemson and Bama, I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll lock in for crunch time. It's just not an aesthetically pleasing game on the court from like Clemson's standpoint, but even like the jersey combination of the orange and the crimson it's just kind of the clash. Whereas with SMU, at least I have the pleasant jerseys to look at.
That's fair.
Yeah, that makes sense in my mind at least. Texas A&M at Pitt.
Boycotting.
Like that, boycott it. Mississippi State at Georgia Tech.
not getting turned on.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine I pay attention to that at all.
TV
I,
off.
I think the next three, well, okay, Miami, Ole Miss. This might be the last one that's like intriguing for me.
I mean, I'm turning that on by the first media timeout. Yeah.
I
I,
think this one for me is I'll get to it when I get to it. How about you, G?
Get to it when I get to it.
These okay, I'm gonna go ahead and knock out these next four. I think will all be in TV off. LSU at Boston College, Virginia Tech at South Carolina,
yep.
Mizzou at Notre Dame, Georgia at Florida State. Of that group, the only one that's mildly intriguing to me is Mizzou at Notre Dame.
A big realization for me with this event's announcement this year is that we need to cut both of these conferences in half. There are way too many teams no one cares about in any sport in both of these conferences.
I'm with you.
I'm
What
there.
about the last one, Tennessee at Syracuse?
Gonna watch just for the orange.
Yeah, orange or a battle of oranges.
Honestly, must watch for me because of the orange.
Can we do one more part of this exercise since people in the comments were asking about it?
Yeah.
How many games do you think the ACC wins in this one?
Let me go through real quick here. Mm,
I think Duke can beat Florida. I think Virginia can beat Texas. I think Louisville should beat Arkansas. Maybe Wake gets one over Oklahoma. SMU, who cares, but should beat Vandy.
so you're saying can. I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing how many I think they will win. I think they will win. I got it down for two.
A lot of your winnable games are on the road is the problem. Like
Yeah.
UNC will be an underdog, Virginia, I think underdog, Louisville will be an underdog at Arkansas, I think. So yeah, I think you gotta clean up in like the bottom half of this, which is
I gotta go to bat for my sorry league and say they get seven.
game to seven.
Duke, Virginia, Louisville, Wake, SMU, Miami. How many is that? Miami's got good. No, Miami's not going to win that game. Virginia Tech and Notre Dame.
I'm gonna set it at 5, and I think that's the max.
Under me.
Also, if you win less than 3, we need to shut this event down.
I agree. Facts.
Third topic, what we got?
Third topic today is a new segment I like to call Relations, Creation, Incarceration, Opinionation. I want to do an exercise and talk about who in the NBA draft have your opinions most changed since we did our big board. If y'all are like me, as we have done our NBA draft content, doing prospect breakdowns, doing these scouting reports, you probably have guys who have risen up your big board and fallen. I want to know who's changed the most in your eyes.
I like this a lot. Also, 2 weeks ago when I did the Axel parody, you told me you didn't know who Citizen Kane was and said, "Am I supposed to know who that is?"
One, respect to what you've done here is put yourself between a bullet and a target. Like that song did numbers at Charlotte Christian in the late 2000s. I know who Citizen Cope is. I just didn't know this particular song.
Oh, I see. I just called him Citizen Kane. Apparently, I don't even know the name. Anyways, continue. Cart, how are you right now?
Just let me know when you guys are done with whatever this is. We good to go?
We're good to go.
Okay, cool. Um, Two things here. One, I'm gonna coin the term little board for next year's draft. Way too many big boards out there. I'm gonna go in the little route. Second of all, the first name that comes to mind on who I think I was extremely low on, and then I started doing my draft work, and I was like, that's way too harsh, is actually Nolan Traore. I had him at I think 40th on my big board, which was harsh at the time. Um, but like I was when I started looking at it, his like last 15 game split of his season, where you kind of look at like maybe a freshman that has like a hard time in college, he was awful his first 15 games. The second 15, he's been incredible in a grown man league. And I feel like I'm not giving him enough credit. And also, I feel like I'm scarred from Killian Hayes, where I'm holding that against him. And I don't think I should anymore. So that'd be the first thing that comes to mind for me.
Mm. Okay, all fair. I really didn't have too many guys this year that I was like high on and then watched film and felt worse about them. I think most of the ones that I'm negative on, I don't know. I just or the holes I found in film were guys I was already negative on. So my change perception is more about guys that I think I started loving the more I watched film. Trey Johnson, I think, is I know he's top 5 player in the class. I think there's a world he's the second best player in this draft class. And I don't really buy like the Sixers at 3 wanting like VJ Edgecombe, lock him up. Everybody else was like Ace Bailey. I think we're all missing a guy that can't miss as a scorer, to me, honestly. There's bigger questions with VJ and with Ace Bailey to me than there are with Trey. Dylan Harper's great. I get why the Spurs might need to take him at 2, but I could absolutely see a world where we look back and Trey Johnson is just like a 15-year, 20 a game scorer that just doesn't miss. He's a supreme professional scorer.
Yeah, I'm with you on Trey. I love Trey. The only school where he hasn't scored 20 points a game was Link Academy. Oddly enough, scored 20 points at Texas, scored 20 points in high school before transferring to Link. Very in on him. For me, y'all probably aren't gonna like this, but I've gotten to be very high on Casper's.
Whoa, talk me back into KJ, please.
So I actually learned a lot about him when I was doing a video for 10 things you need to know about Kasparis Yakashonis for Riley every day, which is on the channel at this point by the time people are hearing this. Go tap into that, Illinois fans. But I just think he checks all the benchmarks of what you look for in these elite international prospects. Like he tore it up at the Adidas Next Gen tournaments. He was really good at the FIBA U18 Eurobasket tournament. On top of it, he put up like 19, 6, and 5 for Barcelona's second team. And then even just like watching the film, watching like what he was at Illinois, really the first, what was it, 2 months of the season, like there is a stretch between it was November 25th to January 5th where he was averaging 25 and 5 on 46% shooting from three before the forearm injury. It's like all of those, and I don't think he was ever right after the injury and then dealt with hitting a freshman wall. Like I just kind of buy him pushing through that. And it's like the stat sheet stuffing is pretty insane as well. Like just the versatility with he can play off ball too, and he obviously has the upside of an elite floor general. The more and more I watched him and the more and more I was just learning about his background, the more I find myself convincing myself that like he's going to be some combination of Josh Giddey without the extracurriculars and a fully realized Lonzo Ball.
Man,
Those are two of my favorite prospects in a
Lonzo,
while.
Lonzo was so good defensively too, though. Yeah,
Yeah, but he wasn't that good defensively at UCLA. Like, remember, De'Aaron Fox got the better of him twice. De'Aaron Fox destroyed that man.
he's De'Aaron Fox.
I know, but the narrative at the time was like Lonzo doesn't want the smoke. Lonzo can't guard him. And then when he got to the league, he made himself an all defensive team kind of guy. I think when you look at Kasparis's his steal numbers, at least that shows something that he can at least be disruptive. I have a fun stat that I say in my Kasparis video, but he was one of four freshmen ever to make more than 50 threes, make more than 140 free throws, grab more than 180 rebounds, get 20 plus steals, and I can't remember the assist number. I have it listed like 100 something assists, and the only other freshmen to do it are RJ Barrett, Cooper Flagg, and Nick Calathis. Like I think a lot of times we overlook how versatile he is on the floor just because of I mean how bad the turnovers were at the end of the season and the settling for jumpers and just always resorting back to the step back. But I think there's still a lot to like there. And if he cleans up the turnovers, I very much buy him as a high level pro.
Right, I hear you.
I don't know if the he's RJ Barrett, Nick Calathis is the sell though on that. You know? But
Okay, so
maybe.
Nick Calathis is just sprinkled in there, but RJ Barrett was the third pick in the draft and was putting up 27 and 7 at Duke and was seen as this surefire potential all-star at least when he came out.
I hear that point. Yeah. As a
So,
prospect, we don't view him the way we viewed those guys for sure.
right, right.
Uh, Last one for me. Kind of on the same accord as where G was going. I think that Jeremiah, I think, and this is me as a VJ Edgecombe guy, I'm not picking VJ Edgecombe over Jeremiah Fierce. I'm not.
Why is
And
that?
I just think that we're really ignoring what Jeremiah Fears was able to do at the college level as a team that wasn't really that like. I know Oklahoma struggled in the SEC, but the fact that he went through a full SEC season, full season as a reclass freshman, did what he did, and I just look long term with him. I just think like in the next 5 years, we're gonna be talking about Jeremiah Fears as one of the better guards in the NBA. And I think even in a short amount of time, I hate that I'm buying into this, but he is also like possibly still growing like into his body. Like
Mhm.
he visibly looks like he is physically in better shape, like because he wasn't in bad shape, but like there was a little bit of like reclass freshman to him. Now he's like kind of becoming a man a little bit.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a college freshman this year. That was my second answer for what it's worth, so I'm glad you hit on it. And as you talked through that and made this similar point to me, I guess the guy I'm negative on after watching film is VJ Edgecombe. Like truly, and I know you did a good Riley every day on him, which I enjoyed. But I think there's a world that VJ just is like Josh Jackson 2.0, where he's like this superb athlete. Yeah, he can get buckets, but like I don't know. Does he ever play within the flow of anything? Is he all transition and that's it? I don't really know. We're always gonna have that clip of him with the Bahamian national team where it's like, oh, look at him, but. I never saw that at Baylor, dude. He would just like get a chase down block once every 3 games, and that was it.
Dunked on Mark Few, son.
I think in line with the guard discussion with VJ, with Fears. Fears was another riser for me, just kind of going back and rewatching how quick he is with the ball, how good his handles are. A faller, and I'll pair this with a riser. I have a riser. I think Tyrese Proctor has a really safe floor with his defense and his shooting and his ability to be a secondary ball handler. But Khan is a faller for me. I just had to let the Duke fans out there know that I would take Tyrese Proctor in the first round. But Khan, I initially ranked him sixth, and as I just watched more film and even considered the upside, like I would take both Fears and Yakashonis over Khan, just with some of the athletic limitations, the short arms. Like I think Khan best case is Desmond Bain. I said that in the video for him, and that's a very, very good player. But that's you want that guy more in like the 8 to 10 range, not at pick five, not like picks 4 to 6.
I do want it known. I think it's absurd. Khan going sixth in this draft that like feels loaded in the top 14 is like such a sure thing. I'm also laughing because my superlative for Khan was he's most likely to own his own bobblehead, and I have no idea what I meant by that.
Just that I remember you told me he has a very bobbable head.
I think that's all it was. Yeah. And it just, I could see his family like owning a cabinet of bobbleheads, you know?
It would be very on brand. Or like those poppets or the pop
That too.
those little the very very fitting for the Kniffel family.
Had to. Fun show today. One big thing. I'm gonna throw in a cart first here because he alluded to this earlier in the show.
Yeah, Goldfish Swim School. I'm on to your ass. All right. First of all, let it be known. I expected a little bit more decorum while in the pool, right? We get thrown in there. It's my first day. You know what I'm saying? Minnow one, got the little banner upstairs, and you just kind of throwing, you know what I'm saying, throwing my son all around the pool. I need a little bit more guidance in that. To end this point, I just want to say this. I think that swim schools might be just a little bit of a scam, all right? I'm half dolphin, and all I got to go off is that my mom and dad threw me in the pool and said survive, and I did, and I came out better for it. By age 4, I was doing like a 20-meter backstroke. I'm special. I'd rather just throw my son in the pool myself and teach him myself. With all due respect to Goldfish Swim School.
Wow. Okay, Riley.
What you need to do is get swim lessons for your kid at the Y. They are not on Fraud Watch. It's generally been a positive experience for me and my family. Going off of that at the Y, I'm back into doing yoga. So never forget that one time I said, what did I? It was something about how my vertical increased when I got bendy, and yeah, we're back into yoga. Been dealing with some IT band pain and just trying to get that corrected. So got to make sure you take care of yourself in between the weightlifting sessions, the hooping, all of that.
Cart, where'd you go?
The love of God, man.
That was just one line too far for you today?
We're getting hit with bendy, and I'm taking up yoga. Like sick, Riley. Really sick.
Wow. Okay. Cart, could you come back into frame, please?
Yeah, what's up?
My one big thing is that I wanted to tell you both I really like both of your shirts.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I've never seen that Michigan State design before, Cart. That's unique. I don't know where you got it, but I like it. And Riley, I feel like that's a shirt I would want to wear like out and look like a cool, fashionable young dad.
Thank you, Greg. It means a lot.
Welcome. That's the show today, everyone. We'll see you next week.